You know, it's actually so crazy. Sometimes you got to take a step back to take a step forward. And the original video that I had prepared for you guys is not what we're going to talk about today at all, because I realized there's something that I'm way more excited that I want to share with you guys, and it is about the 6 pillars of success. So with that being said, what's up, millionaires in the making? Welcome to episode 133 of the MITM Podcast, where we unlock success daily by journeying through the 6 pillars. I'm your host, Tye Aarons, the founder of the MITM Club, and today we have an exciting episode lined up for you, and it's sharing the 6 pillars of success formula. We have a couple core things that we do with the 6 pillars, and hopefully by the end of today, you guys have all the tools necessary, all the things that you need to actually find success in life and beyond. So here's the first thing that I have for you. It's priming your mind. Ask yourself, what do you want from life? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And I want you to be as open as possible. Don't limit yourself. Yeah, you hear that voice in your head. You hear that person that says you can't, or that teacher that said your dreams are too big, or that parent that said you'll never be able to, or not. Push all those people out of your head right now. Push them out. What do you want? What do you really want? Okay? I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about why you want it. Why? Why do you want that thing? Whatever the thing that came to mind when I asked you, what do you want? Why do you want it? Why should you have it? I mean, the real reason is you should have it because you want it. Okay? Like, shouldn't be anything else there. And this is actually something from the 6 Pillars of Success book from the MITM Club that we're creating, giving you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of this book. But anything worth doing is worth giving your all to doing. Sometimes it's important to know why you're doing things so you can focus on uncovering and setting into stone what our why is. In fact, we want to make a big why, a scary why. They say that he who has a strong why can overcome any how. You want to get fit? Why? Well, maybe because you want girls to like you. Maybe because when you're older, you want to be able to play with your grandchildren. Maybe it's because you're sick of having lower back pain, and it's because you have such a big gut that is pulling on your back and messing up your spine. I don't know. What's your why? Why do you want to get fit? You want to get rich? Hey, our page is called Millionaires in the Making for a reason. You're obviously here because you want to make millions and more. Why do you want to make $1 million? Is it because you want financial freedom? Is it because you want to serve the community? Is it because you want to make more of an impact in your world? Why? What is your why? What is the thing that makes you wake up at 5 a.m. and go and bust your ass to make things happen? What is your why? What is your why? We actually have a method where you go 7 times why. I actually learned this in a wonderful book called The Millionaire Success Habits. And he asks himself why 7 times to get to the deep level, to the true why of why you want the thing. I know I said why so many times. Once you know your why, then you know your mission. Because your mission is your motive. Your mission is going to be the key thing to help you build your lifestyle. It's going to be the bedrock of lifestyle design for you. So here's at least a little example of what your mission may look or sound like. So my mission is to create and live a lifestyle that offers me freedom and can generate income and capital through multiple sources, including, but not limited to, and these are mine, hobbies like music and merchandise. Music, merchandise, and events. Those are my hobbies, and they make me money. Another one is career. For me, my career was fitness and education. Hey, that's why I'm here talking to you. I want to educate you, teach you something that you didn't know, maybe open up your mind to something new. That's what my mission. And then through wealth generating things, which is property and investments. So my mission is to build my hobbies, my career, and my wealth. And the ways that I'm going to do that is through music, merchandise, events, fitness and education, and properties and investment. And those are just a couple examples. And the way you're going to do it, you're going to say, hey, my mission is to fill in the blank. What is your mission? And your mission is going to be your motive. And it does take a bit of groundwork to make sure you can figure that part out. But once you do, now you go and start exploring each of your 6 pillars. And you think about what you want in every single one of your pillars. Now, I want you to look at and think about these 3 things for each one of your pillars. And you're gonna make lots and lots of goals. And I encourage you to make as many goals in each pillar as possible. Start with a minimum of 3 per pillar, but I want you to go crazy and put as many as you can. And the way you're gonna break it down is, what do you wanna have, what do you wanna do, and what do you want to be in each one of your 6 pillars. So I'm just gonna talk about the self today, because everything starts with the self. Once you have yourself on lock, then everything else comes much, much simpler, much easier. So here's a quick example of what self might look like. So what do you want? For me, I want to have a Tesla Model S P90D in jet black with blue underglow lights. Actually purple underglow lights. That's what I want to have. And after you say what you have to ask yourself, how did you get it? Now we speak in past tense as if it has already happened. We're starting to prime the subconscious mind to create the thing that we want. So how did you get it? And I said, I invested in my personal capacity and education so that I am more valuable and can make more money and purchase the car. That's what I said I have already done, past tense. Did I do it yet? No, but I'm priming it as though it's already happened. And then you say, when did you get it? I got it by the end of next year. Okay, this is for myself, and that's just under my have. Okay, what do you want to do? I want to travel the world 4 times a year. At least once every 3 months, I want to leave for about 2 weeks. That's what I want to do. When did I start doing it? Or how did I do it? Well, I built my company so big that when I leave, every time I leave and I come back, it seems like it's doing better than before I left. That's how I did it. And when did I do this by? I did this by the end of 2024. Took my first long trip, first 2 weeks, to start off and kick off my New Year's. This is how we start to break down the have, do, and be. When you say be, what do you want to be? One of the things that I had before, one of my favorite ones, is I want to be a better chef. I've learned how to master a 3-course meal. And I did this by Thanksgiving so that I could cook for my family, because I want to be a better chef. That's a quick, easy way, and you'll start to notice this is how we start to develop and build lifestyle. Because you need to know what you want to build that lifestyle. And if you think about each of your pillars, thinking what you want to have, do, and be, it makes it much easier to see and visualize the lifestyle. So now you can create it and make it a reality. After that, we do a little bit of whoop planning. Now I have to say thank you to my friend Michael, and I will always shout out my friend Michael, because he showed me this years and years and years ago. And I've been not only using it, but refining it on an ongoing basis to, well, not only make it my own, but to make it more useful beyond what he shared. Now, WOOP planning is WOOP. It's wish, opportunity, obstacle, plan, and punishment. There's 5 steps to WOOP planning. So you already said what you want to have, do, or be. Now you have to say why. We're back to that wonderful question. Why? What is the opportunity or the outcome that would happen for you if you got what you wanted? Write it as though it's already happened. And then I want you to think of the obstacles. The craziest thing that let's rewind. I read this in a book. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich. And in this book, they said, whatever you ask for from life, she will give it to you. But right before you give it, right before you get it, there will be a test. And you might trip up, and you might slip up, and you might fall during that test. But there will be a test to see if you really want the thing that you've been asking for, and also to see if you're going to be a good steward of the thing that you're asking for. Yeah. So what is the obstacle that you foresee from now? And I keep looking over here because my notes are over here. But what are the obstacles that you foresee happening from now? What's going to get in your way? What's going to try and trip you up? And I want you to think of the roadblocks that are going to happen before they happen, because now you can prepare for them happening. If you prepare for as many of those roadblocks happening and getting in your way as possible, you can avoid them. You could sidestep them. You do a quick dodge to the side, fade away. You know what I'm saying? What are the obstacles? So we have our wish, we have our opportunities, we have our obstacles. Now, hey, you might notice you already started making your plan. You already started to plan how you're going to get there and what the steps are. What I like to do is I like to look way off into the future and bring myself closer and closer to the present so I can make my plan and work backwards from where I want to end up. Hey, you never really know what the future will hold. Things shift, things change. But if you think that far ahead, you start to see dots that you can connect in advance. Because sometimes things make sense backwards. And lastly, what's the punishment? What is the worst possible thing that will happen if you do not achieve and make your goals, your vision, your mission a reality? I remember one of my favorite ones to say is, I'm gonna be fat, broke, sitting in my grandma's basement with Cheeto dust on my chest, no girls, no Lambo, no one's gonna like me. That's the worst possible outcome for me. Ugh, it makes me feel terrible thinking about that. And that can never be me. So this is Whoop planning, a quick overview of Whoop planning. And it's so simple. It's very straightforward to do. And it's a crucial aspect of lifestyle design. It's one of the fundamental things that you do need to do when building out your lifestyle. So I'm gonna actually share with you step by step on how we do it. And then this is just an example, right? From start to finish of what this looks like. I'm just gonna copy it over here. I'm putting it on my screen over here. Just so you guys know, I just wanna look at y'all while I read this to you. So here's an example. What do you want? What's your wish? I wanna have a Tesla Model S P90D in jet black with purple underglow lights. How did you get it? I invested my personal capacity in education so that I am more valuable and can make more passive cash flow so I can purchase or lease the car that I want. When did you get it? I got this by November 15th, 2024. Why do you want it? I love Tesla as a company, and not only could I drive the safest, quickest car on the road, I could save a lot of money on gas and maintenance. Also, I'd be helping keep the air in my city cleaner, and I want to feel good about driving my dream car. What can stop you from getting it? Obstacle. If I don't invest the time in myself to complete my courses and teach me how to increase my value to society and increase my income 10x and more, then I will not be able to have the Tesla that I want. And only I can stop myself from getting it. See, I say only I can stop myself. Nothing else can get in my way. We're gonna take down all the roadblocks. I don't care. I'm a Taurus. We're gonna bulldoze through it. I don't care. Get out of the way. How will you overcome this? What is the plan? I put my current education and mission as the most important aspect of my life at this moment. Completing my courses and increasing my cash flow will ensure that I am successful. I have accountability partners, coaches that will help me stay on track. I already spent all my money on my courses and I'm committed to being successful from it. I review my why and my goals when I first wake up and when I go to sleep. By doing this often, I'm able to keep my focus. Now, what's the worst possible thing that could happen if you don't achieve this? What's the punishment? What is the punishment? If I don't reach my goals, not only will I be broke, but I will not have a Tesla. I will spend more money and gas on one of these ICE cars, and I'll be stuck in a slow gas guzzling car polluting the environment, and I won't feel good. It's the worst possible thing that could happen. So that brings us to the end of today's episode of the MITM Podcast. A little bit of a different setup. We're going a little more into the 6 pillars. I do want to share more of the 6 pillars. I've been building this for the better part of 15 years, and I'm trying to find ways to really share with you guys that you can get value from it. If you do want to check out the 6 pillar worksheet or the 6 pillar framework that we have, click the link down below or join one of the upcoming webinars. I think we have a free webinar on the 6 pillars that you can see. Maybe it'll be one of the next videos. I'm not sure. We'll see. But with that being said, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, share with someone you love. Remember, millionaires in the making. With vision comes provision. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace.
Give them that creme de la creme whenever I spit that hot shit. Ain't no lose or draw when it's the only option. Till I'm balling like Stockton, I'm locked in. Researching the best stock tips, fuck gossip unless it makes a profit.